We have something in
We have
English called
something in
the
English
carbon
called the
footprint.
carbon
The
footprint.
carbon footprint
The carbon footprint is a newer
in
term in the last 5 or 10 years, at least for me.
And it basically is
how much effect you personally have on the environment.
So for me to live
for a year, we require a certain amount of gas, a certain amount of food, a certain amount of clothing.
All of
those things create greenhouse gases when they're being manufactured or consumed.
So I'm using
a lot of big words here. Your carbon footprint simply refers to how much greenhouse gases you personally have created in order to live.
If you fly on a private jet every week, you create a lot of greenhouse gas,
and your carbon footprint is enormous. If you live in a small apartment and you eat really healthy food and you ride a bike everywhere, you don't ride a car, your carbon footprint is very, very tiny. So
we definitely want to think about
what our carbon footprint is
as we go through our daily
lives.
When we talk about things that are good for the environment, we say that they are earth friendly or they're environmentally friendly. We do certain things because they're good for the environment.
It's good for the environment. As much as we just talk about many things that are bad for the environment,
there are more
and more things every year that humans are doing that are good for the environment.
One of those is composting. So we do not put our food scraps
in the garbage.
We have a separate
pail and we call that our compost pail.
And that's where you put
things
the
like
tops of your carrots.
When you get your vegetables ready and there's some leaves that are brown, you can't eat. You throw it in the compost.
You can in some places also throw in like moldy cheese or milk that's gone sour. We actually have our compost picked up by a truck. On garbage day, a truck comes once a week and it picks up our garbage, our compost, and our paper recycling, our metal recycling, and our plastic recycling, and our paper recycling is all separate. But I'll tell you a
little secret.
Because I live on a farm, all of our kitchen scraps from fruits and vegetables we give to our chickens. Our chickens like to eat them. We compost everything else, but we don't compost. So in Canada, in Ontario, we have a composting system. All of your kitchen scraps go to a central location, and they are put in a big pile, and then they just decay and decompose. And when it's all done, you have really good fertilizer. We also use more and more things that are biodegradable. Let me say that one more time. When something is biodegradable, it means that it's made of all natural substances. And if you throw it on the ground, over time it will just decay and disappear. I've used the word decay a lot. Decay is when something goes from being brand new and it slowly disappears. Bacteria and insects and different things eat it. And then eventually it's just gone. So we have things now that are biodegradable. This spoon, fork, and knife are made out of wood. Bamboo, some of our biodegradable stuff made out of bamboo. Let me say that word one more time. Biodegradable simply means that it will decay when left in the environment, and it's made of all natural materials. In Canada and in many other countries in the world, we have recycling programs. Recycling is when you take something that humans have made and then you use it again to make new things. In Canada, we recycle our metal, we recycle our paper, we recycle our plastic, and we're not very good at it though. Okay, we're getting better, but we still have a lot to do to get to a. We're not perfect. In fact, we sometimes send our recycling to other countries to have them recycled. But I think we're trying to become more self-sustained when it comes to recycling. Metals, paper, plastic. In fact, if you watch my videos, you'll notice I have an old vehicle in the middle of my yard. I actually had it taken away to get recycled last week. So it was no longer drivable, but they will recycle the vehicle. They will take off the tires, they will take off the metals, they will basically take the cars apart and recycle all of the reusable things in it. But recycling, I think around the world,
we can all continue working on
including
better
my
at
country.
it,
We need to
including
get
my
a little
country.
bit
We
better
need to get better at it.
At school, some students
still throw
recyclable stuff.
recyclable stuff. Bothers me.
We often say this.
We often say this.
One of the best things to do
in the environment is the three R,
to reduce,
reuse, and recycle.
So when you reduce,
you
just use less of something.
So,
if I wanted to be helpful for the environment, I could just reduce the amount of gas
that people
I could
use.
just drive
less.
And I would be reducing
the amount of gas.
Another thing I can do is I can keep my house cooler in the winter and warmer in the summer so that I use less electricity. Reuse simply means if you have something that can be fix it instead of buying a new one and reuse that item. I reuse my shopping bag, so I have bags that I reuse all the time. And then recycle, we just talked about. When you recycle, it means you take the plastic and you melt it and you make new plastic, or you take the metal and you melt the metal down and you create new metal. So reduce, reuse, recycle. You'll see this, the three arrows on many things if you recycle. And it looks like this. So the recycling symbol, all of our products in Canada have a recycling symbol on it. Almost everything. I should have brought something with me. I don't have anything with me, but almost all of our plastic products have a symbol on it saying that it is recyclable, and that's the recycling symbol. Let's see here. Clean energy and green energy. So clean energy and green energy are the same thing. They are any form of energy that's created naturally. So electricity from wind turbines is clean energy. Electricity from solar panels is clean energy or green energy. So it's kind of the opposite of fossil fuels. Okay, so clean energy and green energy are things definitely like they built a lot of wind turbines around me to generate clean energy or green energy. So notice I'm using energy and electricity interchangeably. We sometimes do that. We'll say energy. Oh, it's to generate energy. We mean electricity. There's also renewable energy, which is the same. So anything like wind, or sometimes we build a dam so that we can generate hydroelectric power, and then solar as well. So all of those are renewable because they're sources of energy that just keep generating energy. You don't have to put fuel in order to get energy from them. One thing people do that is good for the environment is they carpool. When you carpool, instead of me driving to work by myself, if there was another teacher along the way, we would drive together. Unfortunately, no other teachers live near me, but at my work, there are a number of teachers who carpool. They come to work in the same car. So they take turns driving to work so that they don't drive two vehicles to work every day, which would be kind of silly. If you lived in the same place, if you live close to each other, and you're going to the same job often, you will carpool. We in Canada have what are called carpool lanes on the highways, especially around Toronto. A carpool lane is basically a lane where if there is more than one person in the car, you can drive in the lane where there's no traffic. There's a huge advantage to driving in the carpool lane. We also call this the HOV lane. If you're in Canada and you're wondering what HOV means, it's high occupancy vehicle. But the carpool lane is basically, if you look here, all of the cars stuck in traffic have one driver, and then that one car in the far lane probably has two or three people in the car, and they're allowed to go in the carpool lane. That's really encouraging people to carpool, especially if there's really bad traffic like around the city in Toronto. We have many things that are energy efficient. Okay? So every year I get more windows in my house replaced because the windows I have are not energy efficient, but I have energy efficient windows installed. We didn't have any done last year, but 2 years ago, I had five windows replaced. A person came and we took the windows out and put energy efficient window in. It's very important in countries where you heat your houses in the winter to have energy efficient windows, because in the long run it saves you money.
You save
so
your money.
Over time it saves you money. So we have many things that are energy efficient. The last refrigerator I bought was very energy efficient. It uses less electricity than my old refrigerator. But I bought it because my old refrigerator died. I didn't buy it just because I want a new one. Because sometimes you have to weigh all the choices. There's also energy